I don't know if you guys are feeling this the same way I am, but something is definitely shifting inside this Eagles team right now. And it's the kind of shift that can either make us stronger or leave us asking a lot of questions real soon. And the craziest part is, it's not just one thing happening. It's two major moves, two different situations, both coming straight from inside the organization, and both telling us a lot about what this front office is really thinking heading into this season. One of them has to do with a move that might look small on the surface, but could seriously impact the locker room and the future of a key position. And the other one says everything about how aggressive this team is trying to be right now and who they're already preparing to move on from. If you're a real Eagles fan, you're going to want to hear both of these because this is the kind of stuff that defines a season before it even starts. So real quick, before we get into it, if you rock with the Eagles for real, go ahead and hit that like. Subscribe to the channel. We're trying to reach 100 subscribers, and this is the place for real fans who live and breathe this team every single day. Alright, now let's get into the first move, because this one caught me off guard a little bit. The Philadelphia Eagles just traded for veteran quarterback Andy Dalton, sending a 7th-round pick in the 2027 draft to the Carolina Panthers. And look, on paper, you might say, okay, it's just a backup move, but it's never just that simple with this team. We're talking about a 38-year-old quarterback, 3-time Pro Bowler, a guy who's been around the league forever. Cincinnati, Dallas, Chicago, New Orleans, and now Philly. Dalton isn't coming here to compete with Jalen Hurts, let's be clear about that, but what he brings is experience. Real experience. Last season he barely played just 4 games in 2025, but in 2024 he actually started 5 games, completed 66.3% of his passes through 7 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. That's not elite, but for a backup, that's stability. And that's where things start to get interesting. Because now, your quarterback room has Hurts as the starter. But behind him, you've got Tanner McKee, Sam Howell, and now Andy Dalton. 3 guys fighting for roles, and that raises a big question. What happens to McKee? He's entering the final year of his contract, and there are already whispers that the Eagles might be trying to flip him for assets instead of letting him walk for nothing. That Mormon Missile nickname might not be flying in Philly much longer if this front office sees value somewhere else. And don't forget, this team just lost Kyle McCord to Green Bay, and Howell had hit free agency before being brought back into the picture. So this move fills that third quarterback spot, but it also creates pressure. Even Howie Roseman basically said it without saying it. He listens to everything, every offer, every possibility. That's how he operates. And with Sean Mannion now stepping in as offensive coordinator, you can tell they want a quarterback room that's not just talented, but smart, experienced, and ready if things go sideways. So yeah, this isn't just a depth move. This is strategy. This is insurance. And maybe this is the beginning of the end for someone currently in that room. Now let's talk about the second story, because this one right here is classic Howie Roseman. During the 2026 NFL Draft, Howie made another aggressive move, trading up from pick 23 to pick 20 with the Dallas Cowboys to draft wide receiver Makai Lemon out of USC, and hearing Howie explain it, you can feel the intensity. He literally said they weren't just trying to get to pick 20, they were trying to jump even higher. That's how badly they wanted Lemon. Every pick coming in, he's leaning over Jeffrey Lurie's shoulder, checking the board, heart racing. That's not just scouting. That's obsession with getting your guy, and that tells you everything. Because teams don't move like that unless they believe this player is special. Makai Lemon isn't just depth. He's expected to step in and contribute immediately, possibly as a starter in the slot. And let's be real here. The big reason for that, there's a strong expectation that A.J. Brown might be gone after June 1st. And if that happens, Lemon isn't just a rookie anymore. He becomes a key piece of this offense right away. That's pressure, that's expectation, and that's exactly the kind of move Howie has built his reputation on. This is now the 3rd time since 2023 he's traded up in the draft. He did it for Yolan Carter, for Jihad Campbell, and if you go back to 2021, he did it with the Cowboys again to land Devonta Smith. That's not luck, that's a pattern. Howie sees his guy and he goes and gets him. And honestly, as Eagles fans, we've gotten used to that. maybe even spoiled by it. But here's the bigger picture when you connect both of these stories. On one side, the Eagles are adding veteran stability at quarterback, possibly preparing for movement in that room. On the other side, they're aggressively reshaping the offense, already planning for a future that might not include one of their biggest stars. That's not small. That's organizational direction. That's a front office that's always thinking 2 steps ahead, whether we like it or not. So heading into this season, yeah, we should be excited. There's talent, there's strategy, there's aggression, but at the same time, there are real questions. What happens to Tanner McKee? Is A.J. Brown really on the way out? And how quickly can Mekhi Lemon step up if that happens? That's where we are right now as Eagles fans. Excited, but watching closely. Alright, if you made it this far, you already know you're one of us. So go ahead, drop a like. Tell me in the comments what you think about these moves, especially the Dalton trade and this whole A.J. Brown situation. And if you want real talk about the Eagles every single day, subscribe to Eagles Insider Daily. We're just getting started, trying to hit that first 100 subscribers, only real fans here. Let's keep building this together.